confused me. All this time zone skipping has messed with my brain. I am an insomniac in every time zone. So when you combine insomnia in multiple time zones, it becomes one hell of a stressful event. So I'm here. European hay fever, triggered allergies my body wants to hang on to as well. But good morning. I want to talk to you this morning Ofundem, I think, might be your name, or Tapo, it could be. Sometimes you guys arrange your names differently, so it's difficult to know, but I think it's Ofundem. Ofundem, how you doing? Hi, Carol. Good morning. Good morning. Do forgive me, because this whole thing with mucus, it has been ongoing since 3 weeks ago when I caught COVID. And hay fever has added its own effect, and it's a catastrophe. But yeah, Lafayette, good morning. Good morning. How do you do? Okay, so this summer I'm going to launch the summer academies. Should have launched it a long time ago, but we are going to launch the summer academies to help all of us get started on the things that we need to get started on. What do we need to get started on? Very simple, basic things. We need to get started on building our dreams, on looking forward. So I, over the next few days, need to really sit down and think and decide what I want to do. I need to decide how much of a disruption I am willing to take. Then I'm going to see what I can do to start an alternative life. Do I want to get back on track with my career, or do I want to continue with the destruction of my career? All those things, Cinderella, are questions I need to ask myself. And this is what I have decided. There are no rights and wrongs. No rights and wrongs. You just choose your path. Once you've chosen your path, and I'm going to have to do that. I mean, the decisions I've got to make are very difficult. Stick and continue with me, or go to something else that might be incredible. But something else that might be incredible will bring a lot of disruption. And the question becomes, do I want to undergo the disruption? Can I be bothered to do it? Terry Lane, good morning. Can I be bothered? There isn't a right, there isn't a wrong. It used to be an issue for the younger self. The younger self always wondered, am I making the right move? Am I making the right move? Right now I know there is no right move and there is no wrong move. There is just the move I've made. When I have made the move and there is only the move I've made, then the options become make it work or change direction. I think that simple understanding of what is going on in this life is very helpful indeed, because it helps you to not panic about what does not require panic. It helps you not to fret over what should not be fretted over. Right now, I am able to see how it goes without any high drama. Nobody's life depends on nothing, Grace. There's nothing that cannot be handled. I think I have officially confirmed that I have grown balls of steel. I have officially confirmed that I've grown balls of steel. in some of my friends' eyes, I confirmed my balls of steel status this weekend when I traveled over apparently an unstable area. I can't believe you did that. You took the risk to fly over the Middle East. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I did, because the reason why I moved was important. Prudence. Or the reason why I moved was important. And yeah, I left knowing that I may not have been able to leave, that I may not have been able to return. According to the conspiracy theorists, I should have been stuck there. There are some who have refused to book, they have refused to book their summer holidays because of fear. We are no longer victims of fear. Nope. We make bold decisions, we make brave decisions this summer, and we see how far it goes. I'm committed. I wonder who else is. This summer, we are going to learn. This summer, we are going to change. And we will see how far we get by the end of the summer. What is important for me is that we are not learning typically for the sake of learning. We are actually learning with a purpose. The learning I am offering is learning that would baseline skills that you can then sell to generate new income streams, because we are always working with the 4 steps to liberty. I think some of you are sick and tired of hearing the 4 steps to liberty, but because I am conscious that we get new people all the time, let me remind you, Shante, of what the 4 steps to liberty are. Step number 1, you learn, you discover, you hear, you observe, but you learn something new. You hear of new business models. You will learn of how other people, Jeff Bezos and his wedding is high still on the media. It's dominating the airwaves. Yeah, how do people like Jeff Bezos get to where they get to? And they get married by buying Venus. I know it's Venice. But my friend was like, I hear he's gone and bought Venus. Venice is too small. We need Venus. How does a person literally buy Venice and uses Venice for his wedding? The gondolas and everything are retired for the day because Mr. Bezos is marrying again. This is not even his first marriage, is it? But anyway, how do the Jeff Bezoses move from Wall Street players to become Mr. Amazon? You need to learn that. When you learn and understand that, we need to move on. You need to understand the things that Jeff did, the moves that he made, which got him where he got. And then you need to start taking some of those things that you have learned. And no, you are not just going to learn about the story. You are going to learn about the tactics. And then you are going to take some of those tactics and you're going to use some of those tactics to develop skills. So, marketing skills, communication skills, explanation skills, AI usage skills. We are going to go back to that because that is the game changer at the moment. You need to be skilled in using certain AIs to do certain things. So I'm going to offer those classes for those of you who want to learn to do that. Akinola, how are you doing? And when we finish with AI skills, marketing skills, product development skills, skills all round. That's stage number 2, scaling up. So stage number 1 is learning and discovery. Stage number 2 is scaling up. Stage number 3, we are not scaling up just to be knowledgeable for nothing. We are actually scaling up for a specific purpose. We are scaling up to convert those skills into new income streams. Hopefully significant new income streams. We want to make money in large amounts. So we will try Aline, how you doing? We will try and make money in these new streams, and we will try and be efficient in making money in these new streams so that the money we stream is significant enough. The idea is for you to overcome all your financial problems, to address your income deficits, to deal with all those little demons that are the reason why you are where you are at ultimately, and then to start having some of the money surplus. That is the beginning of the end of your difficulties, when you begin to have surplus amounts. That surplus amount we are not going to use to buy cars. No. We are not even buying shoes in the early days. No. We are not going to blow it on holidays. No. We are going to rein that surplus in to build an egg nest. And then when we do, we are ready for stage 4 on the journey of liberty. Stage 4 is very simple. Take the surplus and invest the surplus. Invest it in places that will return on your investment in significant ways, in sustainable ways, in long-term ways, and then your life will change. Your life will change when you need £15,000 and you can just recall money which is in a bond. You can go to your investment portfolio and liquidate something. You can go to an account and withdraw or recall some money. That is what happens when you are at that stage. You don't call a friend. You don't do a thing. You just reorganize your own systems and you deal with stuff. I am in a situation at the moment, and that situation brought a smile to my face. Just telling you about it still makes me smile, and that's one of the things I dream of being able to do. I am still in stage 3. Okay, I am not done with streaming enough money in to meet my bills. That is partly my fault. I should have gone past stage 3 a long time ago, but I maintain a very high requirement. My overhead is very high. How much I need to be able to take care of my demons monthly is incredible. I insist on living in places that don't have cheap rents. I insist on supporting my children even till this time. It is not a requirement, and I hear that all the time. I mean, you don't have to do. I know. I choose to do it, but I choose to do it. And yes, some of the decisions that we make around the children make sure that the bill for the children is incredibly high. So we move. But anyway, I found myself in a situation, and I wasn't sure whether I was going to be able to handle the situation. I have found myself reorganizing and rejigging to handle the situation like a pro. And when I found the situation handled, this is me to some damn girl. Like, yeah, nope. That is what those in stage 4 actually enjoy. Those in stage 4, when they are broke, they go to their reserves. That's the sign that they are broke. When they are in distress, they recall systems. And those who have matured in stage 4 don't even get broke. They don't recall nothing. They just carry on steady. That is ultimately what we want to do. Again, the fact that I've been in stage 3 for a long time has finally taught me that stage 3 is not just one notch. Stage 3, like all these things, are spectrums. Okay, stage 1, whilst you are learning, there are people who are in the very early stages of learning. There are people who are more advanced in learning. There are some people who are already clear of what needs to be done, blah blah blah, and then you start scaling. Yes, when you start scaling, it takes you a while to acquire skills, and you skill, and eventually those who do it well become multi-skilled, and you are ready to move. And then you start streaming incomes. You start streaming useless small amounts. Then you start streaming better amounts. Then you start streaming it even better in more sustainable ways. Then you start cutting back on, or you start whatever you need to do to make sure your surplus happens. And then you move to stage 4. Where are you? the transformation of life journey. Where are you? And there is no disrespect wherever you are. You just need to know where you are, Maxwell. And it's very important that with the clarity of where you are, you also come to the honesty and sincerity about the things you need to do to move on from that stage to the next stage. For me, the next stage has required me to go back to stage 2 in some ways. The advent of AI has meant that my skills have needed to be updated, so I have gone back to stage 2 in some respects, and I'm scaling up. And when I am done with stage 2, we will be back in stage 3, actively creating new streams of income, trying to stream those monies and try to stream those sustainably. And then putting my systems in place to ensure that I don't end up with money guzzler systems that leave me no egg nest. So those are the things I've got to do. My question is, what do you have to do? What do you have to do? Do you know what you have to do? Have you even got started on the process? You haven't got started, that's okay, no disrespect. My friend and I were talking. We are 2 different groups of mothers. 2 groups. I was a youngish mother. I was not old when I had my kids. I was young. And by being a youngish mother, my career was very early days when I had the kids. I still had quite a lot to figure out before I was young, vibrant and energetic when I had the kids. But my pocket was unhelpful. So there were still many things that I couldn't do when my children were young. The good thing about this is when I talk to my children, they have no idea, they don't realize the deficits within which I was operating. My children thought that they had an amazing childhood. They think that they were given the moon, the stars, and everything in between. But I know that some of those moons were fake. Some of those stars were drawn. But they were children, thankfully. They only remember having the moon, the stars, and having the sun in their backyard. Anyway, my friend did not have children in those days. Life and its drama happened. And my friend eventually had a kid, quite mature. But you see, her experience of what she's doing with her kid is completely different from my experience with my children. My friend has no lack of money. She has no lack of money. They are able to give their children the real moon, stars, and everything in between. Yeah? Obviously, the deficit there is that she is my age. So our bodies are telling. Our energy levels don't exist. The hunger to go do mad things has died down, and she is living a sensible life now, the way my children didn't have to. At the end of the day, none is better than the other. It is what you get, and in each of these gets there are positives and there are negatives, and that's how life is. Wherever you happen to find yourself, accept that you are there. Know that it's okay, and move forward from that point. See where else you can go to, how far you can take yourself. Good morning, Josephine. I am 48 and I'm now starting. So there are 70. There are people who have actually died and never got started. How about that one too? I'm 50. Can I? Yeah. I'm watching my husband and some of his friends who have already crossed the 50 line doing things that we all didn't think we would do when we were younger. It's so funny how one person started the move, a lot more have started talking. In their 50s, they are redeciding on some of the things that they made decisions on in their youth. And some of them have got the balls to go back and do things that should have been done or at the time, or they decided not to do for whatever reason. A lot of those people have gone back to the drawing board. Some of them are making career decisions. A lot of them are actually making decisions around learning. Some have returned to school. Some have returned to school. Others are in other ways of learning. But yeah, they are in their 50s. They are empty nesters. And thankfully, in the time they have got in their empty nest, they've got the opportunity to think and do things differently. So you and your 40-something, how old is that? Actually, I have a woman in my class who is 73. 73. She's been retired more than a decade. Yeah. And she's been retired for more than a decade, and she's been experiencing the poverty of retirement for more than a decade. And she sat down and realized that she's got time on her hands daily. She may be slow in learning, but she doesn't need to be fast, because unlike the rest of us, she has got the whole day to try and learn a small bit. Those of us who are younger, we don't have that much time on our hands because we've got family, we've got this, we've got that. She's got none of those. That's the thing she and I both figured out. She doesn't need to be fast. Nobody requires her to be fast. All she needs is to try. And she's learning slowly. She's even looking at some of the things that we are doing with AI, the very basics of AI and automation, so that she can at least understand and can get people, she can explain what she requires to those who are actually built for her. But yeah, 73 she is. There are 73-year-olds learning new things because they have understood life. And you, 35, you said what? 45, what did you also say? Even 55, what's your noise? 60, and so what? The new thing is for you. Hey, Auntie Charles, it's been a while. Thee have been missed. Ye have been missed. It's good to see you. Mr. Sheila, how you doing? So, roll up your sleeves, accept that we are here to work, Yolanda, and then let's get started with the work. We have 4 stages to undergo to get to the liberties and freedoms we want. Stage number 1, learn. Stage number 2, skill up. Stage number 3, convert learning and skills into new income streams. Liberate yourself financially and create surpluses in your income. Stage number 4, take those surpluses and invest them. Let those monies work for you and return on your investment, and let it do so in significant, sustainable ways. That is when you have completely broken free. I was talking to an associate of mine, and the person says, their son just rammed their car, completely annihilated the car. And when they said it, I'm like, oh, because I'm only thinking about it from my point of view. The person says, well, it's not ideal, but you know, they've just wiped out a savings pot, but I just bought a brand new car. And you know the good thing about all of this. I'm like, no, what's the good thing? Tell me the good thing about a kid wasting your egg nest. And he says, well, the good thing about all of it is that I've just got myself a brand new car that I should have bought for myself. It took me a while. Hey, Theda, this person had the money to buy a brand new car sitting in their account, ready to go. Their car was destroyed. They didn't take credit. They didn't cry. They just went to their egg nest. That's the person in stage 4. Hey, son. Kwaku, good morning. I think we need to change this son business now. I think now you are old enough to take your full title because you are not my son. Well, you are my son also. I was going to say, apart from the technicalities of you being my son, you were named after my dad, so you are my dad. But then thinking about it, I was also named after my dad's mom, so I am still your mom. Oh, this is amazing. Good morning, son. How are you? Good to see you. So good to see you. How is my grandbaby? By now, I'm sure she is a whole heap of trouble. Yeah. Riolua, how you doing? Kwaku, you know I love you. It's good to see you. Yeah. And I'm glad you are on this feed, because these conversations are conversations that I don't just want for those on social media. These are conversations that I want for all of you, especially those of you who are mine. I'm having those conversations all round. This is the time, especially those of you who are young, to do this and do this right once. The rest of us who are not so young have had to do it and redo it and redo it, and it's hard. If you can nail it one time. Oh, you have to send me pictures. You have to send me pictures, because, well, those of you who are curious, I don't understand some of you who don't put your questions on the main frame and you send it to me on the side. I don't know what you are after. Kwensu is my brother's son, my nephew, my kid. If you look at his name properly, his name is exactly my dad's name. We are just waiting for him to add the doctor. Dr. Solomon Nsumanson. When he gets it, the doctor title, that he would have acquired his grandpa's full name. Yes. The only S.A. Manson grandson who actually bears the name. No pressure, Kwensu. No pressure. Yes. He is a zebra and he bears his stripes, doesn't he? Anyway, I hope your day is set up to be good. And those of you who are retiring from a day, I hope it's been a great day. Well, yes, I know some of you are busy hiding, but hiding is no longer permitted. I am now outing all of my people. So yeah, no, Solomon Nsumanson is just not a Solomon Nsumanson. Mine, Solomon Nsumanson. Mine. Anyway, it's been fun chatting to you. I hope the stages I outlined are helpful. I'm going to go in and put in a shift, and I'll see you guys. Yeah, Nochlin, how you doing? I'll see you guys on the way back. Kweku, find me on WhatsApp. Yeah. Mwah.